야야나 당이 가자 그래 다 간가 리들해 보여 그래다 되니 리들해 보여 되니 새다 되노지 야 보셔야 되는 간도 뒤통이 오케이 시대잖아 안테 편도 용을 봐
So we should make sure that we find ourselves in a very relaxed and comfortable state of body, and as well as to the in a very relaxed state of mind, which is also peaceful. So so with this, so having this both mentally and physically in a very relaxed and peaceful state, then if we engage in this our this talk discussions, then it'll be very effective and beneficial for us.
리코로 찌버려입니다. 콜 로바 세진도와. 저는 나진도와. 당한 손대도. 다 되네도네 만도 롱기 세세, 롱기 레세. 다 이렇게 하자. 내가 생각해. 다 됐어. 봐 가디는 연디로 된 게 생각도 누가 안 했을 때 누가 하지. 생각하는데 진짜 그거 맞아. 얘는 아주 된데 왔어. 손 대도 됐어. 년디 가디 년디로 된 거지. 다 진짜 나시 켈랭게 되거나 다 아도 막 챔피를 리드 좋아하는 새도 아니로 그래. 다 깨져 되지 그래.
So I always, say that that how the our our existence, is constituted of what we call as we have like a body, and then along with the body we also have a we have a mind, and also there's us, which is like a self or the I. So, so therefore, this it is we understand from our experience of how we always these three, our body, the mind, and ourself is something which always kind of goes together, exists together, and so therefore it is when we think of ourselves, so it is not just our body. So there's also body is also always accompanied by this our mind, and then our self. So there is also there is some sort of the interrelationship between these two, and then of course when we talk in terms of when we live this life, then of course then that's the question of those who believe in the future life. Then they say that even though we leave this body behind, we lose this body, but the continuums of our mind and our self goes in the future life.
Because in Javaji men and learn journal, that in Javaji in the white. Is that Java car little pending or an alpen drunk. Sell pending or an alpen drunk. That rig of in Java, she was yet engaging in a young son to them. Java somebody here, then. Sela pending, Sela deading ungiga, Natal netting. Lila deading ungiga, red Pento Udengas, deading Udengas, the Nindua, the Nick in Devach was watching Lua. 랑이따바지 얘네 저 산도가 세대는 나대 세통됐어 리대는 나대서 나 걸을래 야 라용이 와 산도도 나 걸어 리대버 세도 나 대버 예 나 걸때 야치 가로 양 통문하실래 우디와 다 리대버 세도 나 걸어 마대 휴된 게 들리지 내가 좀 쉬워진데 와지도
So having the recognize that how the fact that we have a body and as well as we have a mind and then ourselves, and then we need to I say that we need to look into these the like connections or the relationships the among those three. And so the relationship is very much very strong that it can also what like for example what happens to some changes that which happens to our body or can also have the effect to our own self. Likewise, the change to our mind, something changes that occur in our mind on a mental level that also, affect our ourselves. So this is to say how, to somehow, whether we ourselves, this self, is in a position to say, whether I feel good or feel bad or feel miserable. So it somehow it also depends on the well-being of our to our body and our mind, and so therefore how when we look into this statement that when we say to ourselves, if somebody asks you how are you, and if you say I feel wonderful, I feel really good. When we say this statement, we feel ourselves really like up. Our feeling is pretty much high up, and then however, when we say, I feel terrible, then our feeling is very low, and this is even bit of like a loss of interest, lot of like a spirit, and so then we really if we look into this, the relationship of ourself against our mind and the body, then here we can see how that when we make this kind of statement of whether I'm happy or not happy, so it's really very much related to the well-being of our mind and our body.
that's something. That's something like didn't know you so they are the Dunga said there, Rungi, they are the Dunga, so wrong your generation, the mother Gosha just saying in monkey. Don't get nature son of Togon. Dunga told power, so in your generation. They are told power, wrong in your generation. 너들 저 somebody 소소라 세와도 정말 가지 얘는 소소 중앙들 레를 걸 것이 잠만도 다 소소 대하지 롱인 내가들 다 소소지 세와도 정말선데 걸 때제게 중앙을 내서 소소 대하도 것이 잠만도 아 손지 될도 그 되다야.
And then as to how we feel ourselves, whether we feeling of whether there's a feeling of happiness or joy, or feeling of unhappiness or something misery. So this is our feeling, the emotion, what we feel. This becomes very much individual or personal kind of experience. Is something that which really we cannot really easily share with others. For example, even if you are feeling really if you are experiencing something very sad and feel very unhappy, So even if there's right in front of you, there's someone who really cares about you, who have a great love and intimate feeling towards you. There is really not you cannot really share. You cannot really pass on to this part of your these unwanted feelings towards that persons. So no, that person even could not really find us very much helpless to actually take over or share a bit of that unwanted experience. So at the same time, even if on the contrary, if your feeling is very happy one, very positive, and then again, if you wanted to feel that you want to share that with your the loved one, again, it is not something that you can easily give. It's not something that you can give to others. You can share with others. So this is also something that we need to understand, that when we talk about this in our life, when you talk about this, whether it's happiness, sufferings, the joy, pain, or joys, so pleasures, so all this, when you think about this, these are all very kind of personal, experience, something that you have to, individual have to go through.
자, 당이 손도도 제가다. 다 뒤가 안서 롤 가는 거 그거였어요. 뒤가 안서 롤들 얘네지. 가서 롤 가는 거 그거였어요. 간에 용건데서나 다 나단 뒤가다 갈들 서서라. 거나 가르치는데서나 뒤에는 롱기 대하다 롱기 들고 봐도. 롱기 동안에 롱기 색거 다 대색. 맞대 거고. 롱기 대하다자 롱이 타실래 롱기 대하다. 롱 만대비 동안 세라 롱기 타신 만대비 동안 세거. 근데 가서 로또나지 시나 니도나 시나 야본도가 난서 들려고 그래. 난서 들려고 그래. 들니 또 지에서 니도 되게 배워야. 내가 배워라. 이제 니도 시도 들려 와가서 이제는 거라야 해라. 들니 내는 좋아지. 대저 강아래야 니도 양 파된 게 지요. 로주 딩걸 쏘나 이나 쏘는 sen데 쏘나 야본도 와지.
So I'm simply the sharings, my own way of thinkings and so from what I we just mentioned before, so what we can get, what we can understand from that the fact that how when we talk about the experience, experience of in our life, whether it's something pain or pleasure, is like you said, is something very personal. That's something that we, in a sense, is something that we can be easily share with others. So from that, what we can understand is that the individual have the responsibilities. You have to take the self-responsibilities in terms of, if one wants to, to find, happiness, then one have to create, one have to achieve the happiness oneself, and likewise, if one do not want suffering, do not want any dissatisfactions, then one have to take the responsibility to avoid that, to avoid the sufferings and the miseries, and so therefore it's very important to focus on in order to find, to achieve happiness and to avoid sufferings. So it's very important for individual being to really to focus on what I can, rather than the relying on others, thinking of how it will come from somewhere else. You have to focus on how one can, what sort of means skills or the knowledge that one need in order to achieve happiness or to avoid sufferings. So therefore, in this, in order to do this, in order to really to achieve happiness and to be able to eliminate sufferings and through such means, so one do need these kind of like a spirit and encouragements. So which is very important. So because with the self-responsibility, so one have to feel strong about oneself to be in terms of able to handle the cope with one's life. So, but from one other, from different angles, we can see that how actually it is in our in our instincts, everyone's instinct, not only even human, even if you take into account of certain like the animals, it is in their instinct there's always instinct to seek, happiness and to avoid, unhappiness, and so therefore it is an instinct. Whatever the being or all the being then the perceiving that whatever they do, it's really hoping to achieve that, to achieve happiness or to eliminate sufferings.
That's ra se on the onchado nga khoro yare le on the onchada nga khoro le yare yare de nga khoro onchada le do show ma sel shono ke no do na si diwa de jing an son do go are de nga khoro onchade then sel shono sel shoade se zombo sel shono de ro diwa se maria nyem on ro ya de nga ro me ti de ne se nyamo on the mundo se wrong la go jag business do chi tin ten wa re de ji gang ta sa tin ten wa re ya
so now just see, going back to this the idea of how we have our self and then our mind and our body together. So if we imagine all these three are together, sitting together, and then in actualities, then of these three, who's got the most, most the endowed with most power is the self. It's the self which has the most power. So therefore, the self is of the three is like, if you like, can be should be like the chief one or like the leader, and but then the however normally in our life, then what we will notice is that the mind, our mind really overrule ourselves, overrule everything, and so that's something that we need to recognize, that how we are really overpowered, we are really led by our mind, driven by our mind, and then we've got to look into the what kind of mind that is driving our life or ourselves, and then of course if it is the mind which is driving us, if it is something very positive, it's the right one, of course then there's which is fine, there's nothing wrong, it is great. But however, it is not always the case. The mind which is leading us, which is controlling us, and which is not always the right one, is not always positive, and so therefore here, and it is for this reason. Then we need to practice. We need to engage in the meditation practice. So in order to control or subduing our mind.
The car is all the sad so chantation. Then I don't have go. So chair said, Rimra Yungua, Rimra Muguare. The last other Jana said, Zoni rich, the Nembiri Il Pandanana, Zuni, Tang Nembiri Cora Mos Yungua, Zovi, the same Mos Yungre. That's it. That's on todo. Nga koro chigu dede, nga kigi tenda drikadal, sed lid. Nga santo, so santo gara. So tenda tere, nga do deadre, dunga ma seadre, te drikadal seren, seren. Lidre, sed linjre, nga karo chi, yunga yaare, so liseni reda. 다 세가 sonnoji 돈에 저는 레동 아니지 걸리가 기게다 세련과 세서 체련과 다 들어간도 son는 거가 얘는 son는 거가래 리가 기게도 세레션 레동 아니 세서레션 그라 얘는 세달라 조인리도 년별이 인도 조인리달 나츠바진데 년별이달 나츠반데 다 세 마리아 키가 지거세면 키가 되는 리동아 아니지 리가디 키가래라 소소라지 대두 편지 가는 로도 세 좀버 뒤가 링아니 얘기를 서 대두 편지 가는 로도 돼 있는데 맨 손도 거다 이게 답이다 사행에 제 나가 얘는 아주 안도 대대 정케도 새도 리니래 주스 이도 새시보 새 사보 라 시라 오네 가지 시대가 소 많이 비거든 시라든 저거 새도 거기도 야 대에 노이제 리도 와지 최대 야포 이거거든 린타다 야포지 거거든 더 저러 손은 야포 건 패시 전부 제라야 랭이들라고 로메바 한도 리그 테테도 용을 로메바 생 테테도 용을 와 그래 한도 리그 테테 많이 주는 뭐뭐지 용이야 하고야 말이 하고야 말이 하고야 저라다 가리나 미정에는 도ang지 아주 토마테니 주유건 토마테 댕게달로 로던치서 발레 가르치는 zuba들 치료 자녀로들 주변에 떼근데 와좀 먹었대 토마 먹었대 이사 손 대도나 야본데 손 대도야
so now when we think of our body, so obviously everyone has only one body. And likewise, when we think of ourself or I, there's only one I or one or self. But then, if we think of our mind, our state of mind, although we say in the principally we can say there's a one mind, but however, we produce so many various like types, various different types of states of mind. So there's so now the what is the as we just mentioned before, the whether it is the primarily it is the whether the self or the I is the experience of the self or the I, whether it's going to be it is something the joyful or not. So it is primarily depends on our mind, the state of our mind, and even though of course it is also depends on our body, like the health of our body, and so therefore now how if you look into the if it's this state of mind is important for important factor which really determines our the experience, our feeling of happiness, of pain or pleasure, then we have to look into this state of mind, and which, as I said before, which can be, even though we have only one mind and one body, but when we think about our mind, our state of mind, so then it takes into so many different shapes, different types. We arise in different types, and so whether we can put all those various states of mind that we produce into, we can put into two classes, whether like I say positive state of mind and or the negative state of mind, and then of course we can also find more about the when you talk of the positive state of mind, what are then there are so many different types of the positive state of mind. So similarly, we can also observe or can recognize so many different types of the negative and very like a destructive kind of states of mind, and so these we have to recognize this. And so as we said, it is especially since the state of mind is something which drive us, which lead our life. So it's important for us to know what kind of mind, what kind of mental attitude, state of mind, which is guiding one, which is leading one's life. Because it does matter, if the mind which is leading us is something negative, and then this means that the consequence is that then is for this ourself to find to end up more suffering, more misery in our life. So therefore, when we look in that, how it is, we can clearly see that if it is our mind which keep us always the commanding us to do undertake various kind of things to do. It is like ordering us to do various activities, and so therefore we have to it will be very obvious that when we look in this, then the mind that is guiding us. So if it is something very peaceful, stable, and it has there's a clear thinking, then whatever action we are doing, whatever the mind order us to do, then we were very clear about what it's doing, and then accordingly, then we will achieve the right the result. So, however, if it's on the contrary, the mind is very the unclear and very something very negative, and then would have the same effect. So so therefore we can understand that, and as well as even though the mind is the primary factor which predetermine our future, our destinies, and our everyday life, what we do and what we experience. But at the same time, as we were saying before, the body also plays a fair amount in terms of determining our experience, which is like how if we don't do not take care about the health of our body, then the body will get sick, and then as a result, then we have to suffer suffer health problems, such as how the people we know how who are so addicted to really smoking in their early smoking or drinking in early life, and then how at the end when they reach the age 60, 70, then how even the doctor can see the cause of that their health problem to this early habit of over smoking or over drinkings. So therefore we can see very obviously see how the body is also an important factor which will for our well-being of our life, whether we have find more the happiness or we find more suffering. So it is also depends on the body.
That's on that. So that the Tony so says kiwi shark to tell it and other than Yolen cheju that in Tayo. Ruangeneda Yolen never cheju carriage, then say Mario Abelgeni. Kuno tabbing legally, Kishat and Juden Roger Yanga doing what Nyachi Rua. Roll down your Nyachi, Manda Kodia. That never shows and also. Is that? This is an Bella Kundotabagi, Tig, Colosanamani, Kishaba, Tenig, and the Shamaria, the Guardian, and they are so pesar. You must say that the ring on the Santona, Mochi. They do sell a rat, there was a kick out of the language 10 day yard. So long in a tetone, Yapu yard. Madame, Shachi, Juni, Roma there, Yama there, Chengdua. Catel leg in a year, Konya Badington, Konya Miso, was in Yemis Dojana, Kishad and Majibala Pengua. That 10 no year. When I show my Indian onging other chair, red, Shaji, Tagare, Rose the Shiboy, Ren, Zella Shibo de Udings. That didn't do. That in your vegetarian do. Says much leg king on it, Lima is a shot, tiger, rolla pet, Zella pet, tongue on the shade anyway. Jibari, roll pet, Zella pen. Ra, mother Jibari. Rojania Jibari. Sono tended on a tongue is a the son tended to it, tongue others side the shed, others said the sage in Dua, cause said say, Apo, Chego, Duang, it is a god. Says Humbo, say Apon. That's also a jigger, Southern Yondi Dragget, this head, the Yondi Ledo, then one Yondi Dragget said there. Show me toy, Shomba, Niji, Jella Tatang, Jella Tang, Jellata, Ichis and I'm Tini, Tashu Ting, Goni, that could said and wrote on Yabushera, Dua. Then a Kavan runner, not the one you were. My corner, not the way you got the way, said. 가르데 나코로 못대아지 실례지 놀된 나도 나 못대아 정가 차도래가 나도 나 대부 못대와 맞아래가 나 대부 못대와 레셀래가 나 대부 못대와 차도래가 나 대부 못대와 내가 근데 나코로 대야 바꿔 된게도 데려와 대지ren 영화 선도도 차도를 되는 가도 못돼요. 차도면 가도 차도 되는 못돼요. 인사 못 좋아. 대중에는 가도 선도나 평을다. 평등 생 매자 말데 예바진 손나 평등 생각 무엇이 더 편보셔란 뉴스. 뭐야도 용어 되려 그래 걸 예바진 손나 편보셔란 뉴스 생각 뭐본데 대중한테 다 손을 들려 손나 야부야로. 제 근데 sonda tel ka kai tinde ge nyole cha la nova go mare ka kai go mare tinde nyole cha de mo bon de wang ne yin de chil te ga ka kai yo mar so shira tin je yu wa so shira ge ne se zung bi ge sha de la ro yang ga phe do ba so shira mo she se ngen bi sha she na de ne shira de ga ro yang ga ne ba ngo she ne shira de dang lo lo de zo sa so ma rong shira choro lo san de de choro lo san rong ga de 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 sho lo ja ma re za shira nga do lo de ke chim bo she re shen de nge ne da so shira yo ke ji da son de to de ya
So essentially, so we're talking about our own state of mind, which we continuously generate, and which always actually accompanied, like I said before, which always accompany with ourselves and with our body, and so so we are talking about how if that state of mind that which accompany us, like our ourself, and then our body, if that is something like a positive, and it's the right one, then you will always find regardless of where you are, who you with, and then you always find able to say that that I'm happy. You always feel good. And on the other hand, how if the kind of the mind which accompanied us, which is in us, is something negative one, and then not only then we will feel very miserable, but at the same time, whatever the actions that we create, or even whether it's verbally or bodily, or even just to whatever what we do, so it will also then has the effect of causing harm to us other around as well. And so therefore this negative state of mind, so it's really it's something which serves as a cause. There is no doubt that as the outcome of that is something harmful towards ourselves and towards others. So, for example, we can, when we say negative state of mind, we can, for example, if we take the example of like a anger, how the moment that overtakes or we arise in our mind, control the dominant our mind, then how we don't need to. We know ourselves that how we feel very. We lose our peace, and as well as the we can also, that it can be also then the can cause harm upon others, and so therefore it's important to if possible to trying to right from the beginning to prevent such negative state of mind such as anger to arise. But then, however, if it's we are not able to prevent it, but if it arises, even to be aware of that it is arising, and most importantly, aware of its the shortcoming that may arise from that, or the fault of this anger, and so through this way, then we might be able to prevent any the undertaking any actions, any deeds, which out of the anger. So in this way, we can also talk, on the negatives in terms of the negative states of mind. So we can also talk in terms of like how sometimes the pride can be a cause of problems, and how then out of the pride, then when we undertake, when you engage in certain activity, and how that can be very upsetting to others and can cause harm to others, and so in this way we can go think of so many other like negative states of mind, like the jealousies and the wanting to competitiveness, and how we from our own experience, we know when this jealous state of mind arises, and how we lose our own peace, our own happiness, and then out of that, if whatever action that we do out of these jealousies, then this action can be also very destructive, very harmful to not only to our own well-being, but to the other as well. So then how we can also then talk in terms of the positive state of mind, if we are accompanied by positive state of mind, and if it is whatever actions that we do, if it is the motivated, it is influenced by such positive state of mind, such as loving kindness and compassion, and being state of mind which where you acknowledge the other, the quality of other other people, where you have the respect, heartfelt respect towards others. So how, as we were saying before, how if within ourselves, if we have maintained this kind of positive state of mind, then regardless of where we are, who we with, and whatever we do, we will be definitely able to feel, and will be saying to other, that you feel very positive, you feel very good, and so in this way, we here when we think about all this, the topic subject matter which is relating to the mind, when we talk about this, so it is not something to actually to show interest in this and to apply this into our life. It is not. We cannot really. It doesn't have to be a Buddhist. So no, you don't have to have any religious belief. So in fact, this is our own realities. Everybody's lives is a reality that we are talking about something like saying that we have a mind, we have a body, we have ourselves, and these are all we can be verified. This is everything what we are talking about is in our own life experience. So there is a benefit for that. If we, as we're saying here, how the kind of mind, state of mind that we, which accompanied us, if we are able to always to be ensure that it is something positive, then how that would, what kind of effect impact that have on one's own life, how that will change one's life, and so therefore these, when we talk about this, on the positive state and the perspectives, so we are talking about really cultivating. We are the discriminating really wisdoms, like a true wisdom. That's what we need so that the whatever we do, action we do, activity we do, so it can be very the right one, very positives, and so from these the perspectives, that how when we are able to understand our own mind and how we can if we direct our effort in trying to enrich and to enhance more positive state of minds, like whether it's loving kindness, compassion, and such a discriminating wisdoms, and then trying to be making such an effort, make a progress in our life in terms of to be our whole life, and whatever action we do to be led by these, and so in this way, what we can say is we are taking our own responsibilities, and in a sense that we are guiding ourselves, like our own. We are our own like a guide or the protectors.
That's something. That's something that thing I cause one says somebody says about that you are. That thing other living in the conversation you are. That goes out. That's something to go Jan, Shaden, you want to take quite a less one. Go Jan, Carriers, and so said. Seven machines, Trado Ting Ungamana, Kundu Ungamana, Maji Unga, Dresse Ungamaton, they won't see, then the North Silver. No damn mess, they are no yes. Nongi, they are my shirt, then I said, doing it just an American, then Nemo did that, never could have got it. God said, no, saying that, she did the level. Say, Shinjoma level, she did level. Say, Yabuti level. That's a Calico registration. Is that? There is often, there are going to are. There is a red, then anything other. There was such there. Shin Duba Maiba, no saying it in Yunshi, Abasang, other Russian Tegayade. They possess was no saying in the Yabadang, other than Tegayade. Yes, under the Uma Punje, they just sing even got Jojo Daja, said Ting Ungra, Ting, no eating Ungra, there's my chun droga, called there's the Shambana, there's long you are. Ra, no, said they did not sit there as the leg, call out that Shabachir, but there's Roya, Roy, that's Shabachi, that's what. That's on the deal, they are that. Never can't tang a gorgeous, that never can't finish a son to never younger, tang it as a sense that and the lesson on the son to the younger, Charles on Unitona, the Rayabu, try younger. Seeing at the body letter, a yando kawachi yard, a third so that. Then, Carry to Kale, said that Shark carrying a trinity. So the Shira Yabushi, Yungudua, Tipichet, Gadina, Shet, that's on Tenton Roman, that's God, gentleman, Hakosma, Goja, Shade, Yoto. Shazonado, Goja, Chishia, there's Sanctinichi, they Jay Abashi, there's Motet Nayon. The near Rana Genungo, such wrong, and he says, some territory upward, that's on Tetos. Take it out, send the girls at Hakosma. Same man, the center on the other, same man that they are my Hakosma. 먼저 세대 근종 온도는 내야문도와 차동 온도는 내야문도와 세대 차동 온도마다 롱온도 되나 가도 내야용도와 세대 근종 온도마다 세대 롱온도 되나 가도 내야용도와 내가도 하고군도와 내가도 배근도와 내가도 정건도와 맞아서 맞은 저것은 대제 저를 놔도 내가는 가서 선 저것은 한테 나가야 돼. 너는 저를 배근도와 저 정건도와 이 대세가 새 차동 오든 저를 대원 연구 못도와 새 차동 쓴다 새 근종 온 것들은 저를 대원 연구 못도와 나거를 그래서 등원도 만들어서 롱 롤라로자들 야고야 돼. 배가야 소소와 될 때 산도도 배근도와 카페 주주로만 소소 지지 과 선우소나 배근도 있다 온 대도세.
So we find here that how the primary focus is on our own mind. So really the attentions is on ourself, and how, because we are saying that how the primary cause or the how the all the happiness or the suffering that we experience, so is primarily derived or comes from our own the mind, state of mind, which is within ourselves. And so it's important to understand this, that what the when we think on this line, as we have been discussing before, so which focusing on the mind, and then it is even though when we first hear about this, it all sounded wonderful, and you feel like this is when you hear about this, you can almost say, yeah, this is true, this is true, this is true. But however, it is also very important to really to have a deeper, or really to sink all this understanding in one's own like a heart. Then we have to think over this, over and over again. That the fact that how in our everyday life what we experience, whether it's pain or pleasure, is primarily we can point in everyday life. We should be able to point the cause to something within ourselves. Like, for example, that how when we within ourselves, if we generate like a anger or jealousy or pride, and how this can we will experience, we find sufferings. And so to be able to we have to kind of in our everyday life, so to be able to turn our attention, our focus of what we experience in life towards ourselves, towards our mind. So which we are not saying that is, we are not talking about something which is idea, which is not the accord with the reality, but really what we're talking about is the reflect the true cause and effect, that in what happened in terms of what we experience, the happiness and suffering, which how we all know from our experience that we cannot be happy when we have all this negative state of mind, like the angers, jealousies, and so forth. And on the other hand, likewise, we also think of when we experience some problem in life, and you feel really something undergoes some pain and some sadness. So we got to think of the cause, and again, trying to see relate the cause within ourselves. So in this way, we will then truly understand the purpose of the meditation practice and then see the benefit of engaging engaging the meditation practice in terms of the enhancing true bringing about true peace and happiness in our life. So where through meditation practice, so what we are doing is we are focusing on all those on overcoming all these negative states of mind which serve as a source of our sufferings, and so therefore we're trying to overcome, we're trying to get rid of this. So in this way, we will also find that in as we direct our focus on within ourselves and beginning to understand that all our experience primarily derive from within ourselves, and this in a way has a side effect of lessening our like the grasping or the clinging at the external objects, external things, which we we normally see as the main cause of a source of our life experience, whether it's something pain or pleasures. We normally see that. So therefore has this the effect our meditation practice. So has this directly challenges this our the view that how what we experience, whether it's the happiness, suffering, that as if it is arising, if it is caused by the external, primarily by the external things. So no.
다 대중에는 손에 아부 동시로 내가를 나가야 라면 손에
no
나로 칠 나가야 대체 라면서
라
나로 치카고 나가야 뭐 라이면 대체 라면서 라이
소소소소하고
라 나로 나가야지
no
서로서로 생각 myself
yeah.
Anga comes, I say, Anga, you harm you. Not thinking Anga, object, I'm not thinking. I'm thinking Anga. Anga is going round. You thinking Anga or coming, arise there. You thinking the object, you think, oh, more you coming. No go, mind inside. What anger? Beneficial, no beneficial. You think, you see it. Anger action, good action, bad action, you see that, you very dead. I think, Geshe Doga, you anger come, you careful. Jealous come, you careful, you harm you. You not happy. Geshe Doga, you now happy. Anger come, you happy.
Stop. Destroy.
No? Yeah, that's thinking, you're thinking. Anger comes, you're not thinking. You're thinking anger, you're my happiness. That's strong in there.
Yeah. So
very good, yeah. Yeah, not thinking anger and object, not thinking anger thinking. Yeah. It's very, very good, that thinking. Come down. Yeah, that's the control Sasa. I thought. Till logic God. I go control Madea leg, control Yemi Mashi, control Sasa Logican, then control Chamber Dog into her. The nigger never shall go yard, never finish it, taking never shall be paying the son. Pen sang a moment. You know, till chain. Change it in your last one, lot change the phantom she won't do. Go down the first home. Young and control lay young with the couldn't hear me so she was paying this in last one. Choose the one. 얘는 아주 대지 다 고자 대지 진리생 아주 쏘는 거 든 배우도 아니 쏘는 거나 라 진리 다 쏘는 거가 로 제워자네 근저 사사 예 걸어 쏘는 도와도 로 제기 근저 쏘는 도와니 가르가 근저 걸어 걸 쏘는 도이데 편도 대체한다 근데 레데 신나 내가 뭐지 저를 라고 해야 돼 얘는 라고 그래
So the meditation, practice, of course, it is about training our mind, and so the as a way to overcome the or to counteract the anger, and which even though it may be the anger, it may be caused by certain external object or certain external circumstance, but instead of the thinking or on those external the cause or the circumstance which bring about, which induce this anger. So instead of that, if we direct our mind on or towards the anger itself, and as if we have we show more interest in the anger that which arise, which we generate, which is within ourselves. So we show more interest in that, in a way that we, as if we show interest, and we will have a conversation with the anger, and like saying, I've been, even you can say that, I've been told by the Geshe that, you are not beneficial for me. Do you understand? So in that kind of sense, the whole idea is to really it's very important as part of even training our mind, or to changing our various our state of mind or our thought. So we need to divert our thought towards different objects. So and then this we find a very effective way of, in terms of the decreasing the angers. So whereas on the other, if we don't do that, how normally our mind will just the always cannot forget that whatever that the cause of the actual cause of the anger, whether it's some person or whatever, and then as we know from our experience, more we think on that, it's simply then the and we become more enraged.
Control sai corre no se no se den control zone to gele control get never was se no se den this and yang on the jing and go down pay but on the go no.
So it's we can clearly recognize the benefit of how, if by changing the shifting the focus of our mind, from the whatever that the cause, the condition which brings about, which give rise to anger. So from there, if we shift to some different objects which doesn't have that effect, so by simply the focus in directing our mind and placing our mind on that, we can we will find that this can actually at least at that in the short term would prevent that anger to arise, and that's the benefit.
That's what is 내가 춘주지에 만나지 담만에 무엇이 세트하지 용거든. 저산도 내가 춘주지 안에 담만에 전부 제거다. 셀 못해야 쳐보세요. 펜스 담만에 쳐보면 되는 거지. 내가 춘주지에 세트하는데 내가 가진 동아리야. 그도 내가 뭐시대 로바데 라브라브지 라는 거라 I love you. Yeah, so a friend was and he said, I love you. Very good, you know. I said, very good, done, very, very good. I say, I love you. Very often, I think. Says all. So, I didn't dead, engage, you're dead, engage. Zanzo to buying, should do buying. Do not do anything, I should know you sell it and choose a jatter, and understood the dress, why any should dress. Should do dress. Don't call you, do not call your digger. Son of calling you the Saturday, there's a criminal thing about that. Chorro, Shoma Young, and the self over. What's a cockaimu? I think time you change. Teachers and other sons, young, I'll cut edge my tail more lagos in land their peggy. Didn't lie their peg to sell. Teaching on the digital let Amri the quarter Tavaji lets and goes on us. Get your logic and pension and not that teaches is. Teaching correct, your logic they share a patient in innocent. Get a lava, chasing a cut edge man, the cut edge man, and your passage yard. Children didn't young up pegger and not that shoot jumbo yard. Nghĩ thế ta là gọi là thế này là mình thì xong rồi thế lo cho đéo bớt rồi ta bảo là cái mà cái đéo mà cái đến trong bài này cái mà cái đéo mà cái mà cái mà để chỉ thì khuyên là ra đứa nào bảo thế xong thế sao rồi đứa có bảo vào thế này cho rồi là chỉ trong bài ấy sát thôi rồi mất sao cái mà được thế cái mà sẽ thông là như lại thế cha đại mà giờ đó khai thì sẽ cái gì 차다 매야 장이 뭐 도서라 이제 이제 차다 놀 때 제운다 정에 야부 승에는 생엔된 하는 그 제스를 라 행에는 쇼바 했어야 돼 코다지 시작 세면대 컨트롤 온 코칭에 말하고 알아 세 대와 여바지 소도 로바 서고라고 말해 시부 매일 가서 로바들 칭에 말아서요 말 타리고 라서요 말아 시부 말 컨트롤 타르고 석골 나서 소도 녀사 띵고 라그래 녀사들 랑케 코로가 뒤차들 다 저를 정바에서 라진다 잔디고 가네 요사 좀비 나냐 가르대 뭐다 하도 르토체지 뭐지래더라 얘는 이 테스트에 라고 이제 저를 패그래야 패그도 제대로 무슨 시도다 라가야 말이 무슨 나 내리면 돼 라데 내리지 패그래 내지 패그래 하든 라데 뭐 보지
So you know we will we can observe that how sometimes the very sudden like a very small you know a technique good techniques you know can if we apply that then can really solve a major problem in our life. And you know, like just before we were talking about how, you know, through the meditation practice, sometimes you know it is the solutions for the whatever problems we face, even something really big problem, can be simply by shifting our mind, you know, to something else, and you know there is a potential to simply just doing that. So has a great potential to reduce a great you know problem, great suffering in our life. So for example, you know there's a one thing which you know with it totally completely out of this the intention to help others, that, you know, with the hope that it might have some sort of, you know, some way can help others. I tell people that, you know, you should, you know, we should say to the your, you know, the loved ones, you know, to people who are close to you, and you should say, you know, I love you. You even in a situation, especially in a situation when there is some serious, some conflict, arise. And so I say that we have to understand that no matter how, they we each other love each other, and there's a lot of common bond there, no matter what. But there is there's no. Of course, it is not going to be the case that you both will be always smiling, to each other all the time. So therefore, there will be a moment where one of the person lose temper or really get very angry, and so we got to understand how the fact that when someone is in a very low mood, then usually the effect that the person would have would be those who are who live with, who are close to that persons, would have to bear that, and so therefore it is we have to understand the benefit of our showing our love towards others. Here we're talking about to some others who you have a very intimacy like a relationships, and someone you're talking about someone who person who is in a very bad mood and who may be even saying so many senseless things to you, and really breaking you at you, and all this. So you got to remember that how actually these are the persons you live your life, you live together. In most traditions, when people are married, so they have taken a vow to share everything in their life, whether it's in a happy time or the unhappy time. They to share. They have their commitment. So you're talking about someone who you always do things together, whether you go out or you eat or you sit. You do all this together. So therefore, I without any. I say quite frequently say to people, a lot of people, when they have this kind of space, this kind of situation, then I encourage people to go and say, to the other person who has lost the temper to that I love you, and which is true, and you're not, regardless of what, but deep down there is a love there, and you don't need to feel ashamed or feel bad or something like that to express this feeling. So I do say this to a lot of people, and there are some people who actually then come back to me and said, to me that this advice really works and is really, very helpful. So in this way, what we're saying sometimes is just a small word, in that it can be has a potential to solve a big problems, and that's all it takes in some situation. You just say that I love you.
I love you. They're good. They're very good. I love you. They're shy. You think you're young one. I love you. They're shy. They're frustrated. I'm very angry. My friend, they love you. They're very frustrated. I'm angry. I'm gone. That's something to share. That go to Jarman, that go Jai and Rosa, then any other soccer. That's about the Sabashibot and the Sabashibot doing it. They're like that. Children Sabari saying Sabashibot Malaba, yes. Say the other Malaba, yes. Say the other lost. Tell lots of say the Calico Shuchi, 지 덜 서서 손을 야보 또는 서서 야스 마도니 신질 대체 안조 태야서 이제 선자 도시 깔리 카운스를 해야지 서서다 모여와도 가와리 해줘 가서 가래 시락지 제자는 갈래 가제다 하고게 대체 소된게 소 시락지는 마도 더 깔리진 되어 있어 당연히 다발이 세대 대를 세대 레대 거와래 세 가보고 세 십오거든 릴 태대인 그러니까 세 십오 릴 태대인 마처럼 배운데서 세 뭐시바데 마처럼 내는데서 라 릴 태대면 봐도 마처럼 내는데서 그래서 다 대인 뭐지 장에서 대도 내다 아버지 와서 다선 대도 대처럼 맞이야 되이다 세 십오 세 내워도 맞이야 봐지 뒤가 다 montashude pa gaide ibaje te montashu ga ba ta so go de te ba ta son te to
ya so before we do just a short meditation together, so just to to understand, just to just to summarize what we have discussed in this talk. So it's mainly our focus, our discussion mainly focus on the importance of maintaining a positive state of mind, and also the importance of the happiness on the mental level, and as well as in terms of the physical level, in terms of our in enjoying the good health, taking care of our the health, and so therefore it is important to we talk a lot, so which are all about the more than anything else. For what's most important, the most important thing is our own that peace and happiness within ourselves on our mental level, and which we should we put effort to cultivate that. Like a meditation is a way, is a means to cultivate that, and as well as we put effort to whatever we do to trying to safeguard it, so we don't want to lose this whatever peace and happiness that we have found in our life. So we're trying to like sustain it all the time, and then in doing this, as we were focused on the fact that how more than anything else, what's important is you take your own self responsibilities, and which too focusing on the more on maintaining the positive mental attitudes, and also to working on to if there's some problem, if there's any unwanted thoughts or emotion that you experience, then to focus on you focus on to changing, how to getting rid of that through utilizing your own knowledge, discriminating knowledge. So it's just we have said that it is not something, we have to be very clear that it is not something what we experience inside, unwanted thought and emotion. So it is not something that we can get rid of simply by listening to some some outside music or some noise or something from the external, seeing things. So rather the key is to working on one's own mind, and so then we talk a lot about this, how the relationship between this our eye and then this our mind and the body, and then how when we talk about the happiness, the lasting happiness for ourselves, then what is the most important is to have the happiness or on the level of our mind and the body, and so therefore to understanding it's for our own benefit, for our own self benefit, for our own self, that we got to understand that we have to look after our mind and our body. So we'll do this breathing meditations together for the short time. So we should make sure that we sit in a very comfortable and in a relaxed posture, and then trying to as we already discussed a lot, so just to let go all the distracting thoughts, and so they let the mind fully dwell within ourselves, and then we begin this meditation by then directing then the mental focus on just on the incoming and outgoing breath, and trying to maintain this focus on the breath, so by preventing the mind from going after any other objects. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Good listening. Thank you.